More victims of abusive online lending apps have filed complaints before authorities citing harassment, privacy violations, and threats. To shed light on the issue and discuss what actions are being taken, we're joined by PAOK spokesperson Winston Casio. Folks, thank you for joining us.
Hi. Magandang umaga po. I apologize. I cannot go on cam. I'm somewhere preparing for an operation again.
Oh, okay. No problems,
no
folks.
problem
We
po.
won't take too much of your time, but we just like an update kasi ang dami na pong complaint about yung mga abusive online apps, and most of them are passed off as legit because meron supposedly SEC registration. How is your office now currently handling these issues? Kasi how do you, di ba, siphon the fake from the real?
Yeah. To be honest, around late January, naka-receive na kami ng mga complaints about this. And we operated against one sa May Makati noong February 1. And we're able to close down one online lending application that was operating two online apps. So we were able to file a case against them. Unfortunately, the case did not stick. So nag-lie low kami for a while because thinking that we would not be able to provide enough legal grounds to be able to close all of these online lending applications. But then again, we've continued to receive online complaints. In fact, I was receiving hundreds of complaints on a daily basis on my Facebook account. So what I did was I informed my staff na mag-set up kami ng isang specific na email. And we're able to do that. And in a matter of days, 5 days, 3 days, 5,000 ang na-receive namin. In a matter of weeks, up until last June 5, we were able to receive 13,700 plus. So it was at that point that we decided to open up a one-stop complaint center together with the SEC, National Privacy Commission, and the PNP. And up until yesterday, we were able to receive 138 face-to-face complaint, no? So
That's
magko-consolidate kami ng complaints tomorrow at together with SEC, PNP, and the National Privacy Commission. Then hopefully within early next week or mid next week, makapag-file na kami ng actual na complaints against some of these online lending applications. Remember, we're not only going after airing OLAs, but we're going to go after the abusive collectors as well, yung mga third-party collectors na tinatawag.
All right, Spock, it's good that you mentioned about this mechanism that our kababayans have to run after these abusive online apps, lending apps, no? But we have to also clarify, kasi sometimes umaabot na sa puntos, folks, na may mga threats already to life, nagpapadala ng kabaong sa bahay. But I'm privy to family members who have said nag-loan sila ng 30,000, biglang 18 lang ang pinadala because inuna ng interest. So how do we determine, kasi initially mahirap i-determine eh, pero without, hindi pinapaabot sa threat, how do we determine na, oy, ano pala to, baka dubious kasi based on interest, based on charges, para kaagad pwedeng i-report?
Una, we don't have an anti-usury law anymore. Meaning to say, they can raise any interest depending on what their digital contract implies, no? So kinakailangan dito ang ating mga mangungutang, they need to read through the fine print of the digital contract before they sign, before they affix their electronic signature. That's one. Second, they need to go and check lahat ng mga online lending applications that are legal with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Meron naman po silang listahan yan sa kanilang website. But then again, it does not mean that because they are in the SEC website that they are already above board. The Securities and Exchange Commission has a list of disallowed collection practices that they dub as abusive. If any of those collection practices are used against them, they can immediately file a complaint before the SEC, PAOK, PNP, CIDG, ACG, and or the National Privacy Commission. What are these? Quick rundown. their data should not be shared to a third party collector. That's one, no? Kasi ang nagiging problema nito, yung abusive collection practices are being done by the third party collection party, no? So yun ang naging problema nila nito. We have heard of some complainants. For example, one guy had a funeral service delivered to his house. Another,
Wow.
yes, medyo matindi yun. Another woman had her face, uh, ito matindi, had her face pasted on a porno video,
Oh my.
and it was shown and sent to all of our family members. So may iba naman na pinapadalhan allegedly ng what seems to be arrest warrants, when in fact there are no arrest warrants or cases against them. And all of their faces and their pictures, all of their IDs are pasted on social media. In fact, I just saw one this morning, and we're seeking the help of our contact with Meta to be able to take down some of the social media accounts na apparently are being run by Ola collection agents. So there are so many out there na dapat nating aksyonan.
Based on the reports and what you have just said, medyo talagang aggressive po itong mga online lending apps na to when it comes to, making singil doon sa kanilang mga kliyente. Pero ang tanong po ba dito, have we found out po, meron na po ba tayong information kung itong mga lending apps na to may totoo silang mga physical offices? And have we gotten in touch also with the possible owners of these lending apps?
They do have physical offices. In fact, sabi ko nga kanina, we were able to close down one last February 1, 2025. They were running two online lending applications on Google Play Store and Apple Store. So we were able to close that one. And most of the OLAs that are being reported now are actually supposedly legit. No, they have their papers for the Securities and Exchange Commission, but then again, yung collection practices are very dubious, bordering on criminal. That's why we
Unorthodox.
acted upon this, kasi marami ng kababayan natin yung nabibiktima. Sabi nga ng Pangulo natin, kahit maliliit na bagay, we need to act on them,
Right.
and we need to act on them swiftly.
Oo.
And PAOK, being a presidential office, took that to heart. Kaya nung dumadami na yung ating mga complaints, so malalayo pa yung pinanggagalingan ng ating iba mga complainants. Some, for example, Saturday, one flew all the way from Sultan Kudarat. They're all over the country,
Right.
and dapat ating tandaan that our kababayans who patronize online lending applications are those who are hard off in life. So, and then, yun na nga, hirap na sila sa buhay, tapos since they're unable to provide collateral, loan collaterals, they cannot go through the lending institutions that are malalaki. No, they cannot go to the banks and so on and so forth, because they could not provide collaterals. And these online lending applications are the easy fix, so to speak. These are legitimate businesses. What we're only trying to do is remind them, stop this dubious, outright criminal practices.
Pero ang PAOK po ba, meron po ba kayong plano na magsampa po ng kaso dito po sa mga ginagawa na pagsingil, manner ng pagsingil ng mga online lending apps, aside pa doon sa magiging pag-file ng mga complainants?
Yes, ma'am. Tomorrow, we'll have an interagency meeting headed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, together with the PNP CIDG and the PNP ACG, Department of Justice, and the National Privacy Commission. We would come up with a rational response to this problem. So part of that rational response would be to file criminal cases against criminal civil cases against the owners, the incorporators, the officers, and the actual collectors that would be identified by the complainants. Another part of the rational response is to make sure that we take down. We request Google and Apple to take down the online lending applications that are on their stores, on their Play stores. Third is we will have through the Securities and Exchange Commission, we need to issue a cease and desist order to be able to physically close the brick and mortar offices of these online lending applications. Pero let me be upfront and state that there are many online lending applications that are not doing this dubious
Yes,
and criminal
definitely.
collection practices. Hindi sila dapat madamay. So, ang amin lang hinahabol ay yung talagang may talamak na mga complaints. And then again, even if there are complaints, we need to verify and validate those complaints.
Spokes, I'd like to ask you, no, we all know naman may mga legit na online lending applications, but yung binabanggit mo, those are practicing na borderline criminal collection practices, no? Kasi at face value, we all know naman to get these permits na medyo madali, no? Especially yung SEC. Do you see a link between all of these supposed online lending applications that are borderline criminal in the way they collect? Kasi ang nangyayari is I've actually seen yung templates ng several online lending applications. They use the same words, they use the same fonts, the same color, nag-iiba lang ng name. Sometimes iisa pa nga ang online model nila, pero iba-ibang guys ang company, iba-ibang name. So baka naman kasi, baka legit nga ang SEC pero meron malaking grupo behind this.
Or
Yes,
Pogo.
that's true. That's true. Last February, when we conducted our investigation on the OLA that we closed down, we were able to see a link to one a series of foreign entities, so to speak, foreign nationals who owns and operated this particular online lending applications. So it's quite possible that there is only a few owners of this OLA, of these abusive OLAs, and we have identified some of them through the documents that were submitted to the SEC, as well as through their filings in foreign territories.
Pero very quick na lang po, Spokes, meron din po ba kayo nakikitang possible indication na may link ito sa Pogos?
Apparently, there are some, but we could not say all. In as much as we have identified foreign nationals with links to closed Pogos that are behind some of these online lending applications. We got documents from our foreign counterparts identifying some of them, and we would look at them tomorrow, and we would be able to make the determination after the interagency body decides and meets tomorrow.
All right, we will be continue to get in touch with you regarding this issue. But for the meantime, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras at good luck po sa inyong surgery. That was PAOK spokesperson Winston Casio.